to The Social 7, a conversation on the week's top 7 stories in social media and marketing. So, Nick and Alex, a little birdie on my computer screen told me this week while I was in Chicago that you guys attended the Digital LA event. How was that?
Well, actually, I believe it was Nick's email to the office, yes. Not a little birdie. But yes, we did go to the Content Next Digital Media Year in Review held at the Writers Guild Theater here in LA. It was a lot of fun. There was a number of speakers, including Ariana Huffington and Ashton Kutcher, and then we also got some time to network with some great digital media influencers, such as ourselves, about kind of what's been going on for the last year in digital media.
And also what to look forward to in 2009.
Yeah, what we're going to see coming up next. So it was a great event, and we had a lot of fun.
Great. Well, moving right into our 7th story of the week then, a new online voting series opened this week. It's called the Shorty Awards, and if you're not familiar with what the Shorty Awards are, it's an online voting award series recognizing the best producers of short content on Twitter, as if there are any other kind of content producers on Twitter. There are 23 categories, including sports, tech, food, and business, and you can nominate as many people as you want and vote for as many people as you want in as many different categories as you'd like. And you have until December 31st to vote. So make sure you go online to the Shorty Awards website and vote.
Yeah, I think this is great. It's a very innovative way of both sort of targeting a group and collecting the nominations. But in other online voting news, the Mashable Web Awards ends December 15th, which is today by the time you're watching this video. So go ahead, make sure you get your votes in because you want to make sure they count.
Definitely, and in other social networking news, our number 6 story from NetPop Research, they did a study that shows that about 40 million folks in the U.S. are actively contributing to social networks, which I think is, it's not a huge percentage of the population, but I think it's significant enough that's going to, continue to grow. It's grown over I think it was 93% over the past 2 years. Mm-hmm. So tremendous growth there, and I know we're all on multiple social networks, but
and it's really interesting too because the research also showed that people who are involved and actively contribute on social networks, on average, spend about $20 more than people who aren't active on social networks. So it is a really good place for marketers to get involved and businesses to get involved to promote their business. So
yeah, I spend a lot more than the $20 most people spend.
21.
21 right here. Moving in, the top 10 viral videos of 2008.
Yes.
A lot of videos in contention for
I think
it
we've seen
year.
all of them as well.
Oh, I'm sure.
Or shared all of them as well. So
not on work time, of course. We'll never do that.
After 6, go ahead.
One very interesting thing I found about these is the 8 of the 10 videos either featured animals or were political. So I've come to the conclusion that
they're sometimes the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. But I've come to the conclusion that when Americans watch viral videos, they want cute animals or not so cute people.
Exactly.
Personally, I prefer to go the cute animal route. I, too, was victim of the puppy can.
Yes.
I think we have a puppy right here.
Our new resident Social 7 mascot, Shiba Inu.
It's our new member. There's 4 of us now.
Yeah, he's our Shiba Inu puppy from the puppy can.
Home. Anyways, moving on.
Nick?
Our number 4 story, social networking. AOL it recently relaunched Bebo, which is the number 3 social network here in the U.S. With about 6 million monthly uniques. The main feature that it introduced is something called Social Inbox, which allows members of various social networks, you can see the activity aggregated into basically an inbox on the side or the homepage of a member's profile. So interesting. We'll see how it goes over time.
And AOL's got a lot of ground to make up here. They bought Bebo back in March for $850 million, and they took a lot of criticism at the time because a lot of people just did not think it was worth that much and that AOL was taking a risk. So this is kind of the first step in them trying to prove everyone wrong, and it's going to be really interesting to see if they're able to pick up some more market share.
Yeah, definitely. And our 3rd story of the week is that FBFund finally announced their top 5 winners for the grant. It was the 2nd round of winners that they've done through this program, the 3rd set to launch next year. But each winner received $225,000 cash grants to pursue their ideas and applications for Facebook. And it was a joint venture between Facebook, Excel, and Founders Fund. And the winners were Group Card, Contingent, Mouse Hunt, Wedding Book, and Wildfire. So look for those.
But the interesting thing was that a couple months ago at a Web 2.0 conference, the COO of Facebook, Sheryl Sandberg, said that this was actually, the reason they were doing this is that developers are crucial to Facebook because Facebook just doesn't have the resources in-house to satisfy all of its members, and that they are dependent upon developers to create the new content and uses that they have.
Great. Well, a number 2 story, economic related. So eMarketer just issued a study announcing that marketers, big brands on social networking sites, are going to actually decrease their advertising dollars in 2009 from 1.8 billion to 1.3 billion. So that's about a 500 million drop in ad revenues that were going to go to Facebook, MySpace, and others.
And it's interesting to contrast this with our 6th story that we talked about, that even though consumers do spend more money if they engage on social networks, just tough economic times are causing advertisers to cut their budgets everywhere. So.
Yeah.
And I think that brings us into our number 1 story of the week. Drum roll, please. Online sites are now eligible for Pulitzer Prizes. Yes, that's right. The Pulitzer Prize Committee decided earlier this week that news outlets that have only an online operation, no physical print, are now eligible to win Pulitzer Prizes. This is obviously, it's a huge step forward. It's a lot of recognition for how far blogging has come, and I'm excited because the Social 7 can now win a Pulitzer Prize. Not really. It's still aimed at professional news organizations. You've got to be publishing at least weekly, abide to the strictest journalistic standards, but it really opens the door to some of these newspapers who are sort of having real financial troubles right now and don't want to have to keep printing a physical edition but want to stay eligible for these kind of awards.
And it's really interesting too, because I think that this really shows how mainstream blogging has become and kind of recognizes it as a credible news source. So it's exciting.
It really is. So.
And we welcome your input on the show, whether you think our newscast or vidcast is Pulitzer worthy.
Yes,
as well as story ideas for next week's episode. You can go online at thesocial7.com, email us at thesocial7@gmail, Twitter as well at thesocial7.
Really, if you're on a social network, you can probably find us.
Yes, because with 40 million other people in this country as well.
Exactly.
So until next week.
Thanks for tuning in.
We'll see you next time. Bye.